Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, the timekeeper at the bell, Ashley McGill, and the third man inside the ring in charge of the action, referee Sean McAvoy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing the black and gold, his official weight of 10 stones, 1 pound. Hailing from Canning Town, London, United Kingdom, Hallett. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the yellow and black, his official weight of 9 stones, 11 pounds. And tonight, he is making his professional debut. Hailing from Bexley Heath, United Kingdom, Liddiard. Referee now will give his instructions.
Good clean fight. When I say break, it's break clean. What your hair saying close, protect yourselves at all times. Touch close, lads. Here we go.
Well, a pro debut here for Luke Liddiard. And he'll be nervous, of course, wearing those fantastic black and yellow trunks up against the seasoned Lee Hallett. Fight number 41 for him. But the tantalizing thing about Lee Hallett is the one, because that win was against Harley Ben at Stevenage FC in May 2019. Shook him up in the third, dominated in the last to win that on points. It shows that there is some danger there. This won't be a walk in the park for Liddiard, who's a late addition to the show and has been desperate for 2 years to make his pro debut. And Enzo, October 1999, Paul Bonson, you can remember your pro debut like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I can remember like it was yesterday. I was in the amateurs and the seniors. I was bowling everyone over. I remember being so annoyed because that was the first time in 3 years I went on points. Absolutely devastated. But he just goes to show what a good journeyman is, and Liddiard's making his debut tonight against Hallett. You look at Hallett's record, you know, he's got all them losses on his record. Half the time they're a lot better than them losses portray, and it's a tough fight for Liddiard for his first fight.
Absolutely, as it should be, as he'd want it to be.
You can see Hallett there, he's just covering up, he's nice and calm, he's nice and cool. You know, he's letting Liddiard throw his shots, he's going to block, he's going to counter, and then just come back with those little shots he's going to throw back.
Question sometimes of doing just enough. Already impressive with Liddiard just varying that jab. He's thrown it high and low so far and trying to box behind it as he did there. Nice sharp combination from the debutant.
Yeah, with these journeymen, you can't sort of get over eager, you can't fall in your shots. They just grab you, just hold you, just maul you, and sort of old man you use all the experience to mess things up. So, you know, Hallett's doing the right thing. He's jabbing at the body, he's stepping off after every shot he throws. You know, he's not being in a position where Hallett can grab hold of him and mess him around.
Bit of good work to the body there from Liddiard, but Lee Hallett making him miss. Hallett just trying to fight in bursts and back Liddiard up, and had a little bit of success there.
You see Hallett, he's just putting the pressure on Liddiard. He's nice and calm, he's nice and controlled. You know, he's making Hallett work, Liddiard work. Good little shot there by Hallett.
Into the final 30 seconds of the first round of Luke Liddiard's pro career, the age of 32, so been waiting for some time. Never that easy when you're boxing against a southpaw on debut as well, but quitting himself okay. Nice calmness about him, nice demeanour that he's had in this opening round. Liddiard, I'm sure it's something for him to build off as he moves through this 4-rounder.
Yeah, good start for him. You know, he threw some nice little shots. You know, you just got to be careful not to fall in, not to overreach, not to over try to impress the crowd.
Let's take a Quick look back at some of the action from that opening round, Enzo. It was quiet enough, wasn't it? But there was something of interest.
Yeah, it was, you know, it was sort of. You had Hallett who was throwing him a nice little shot. Liddiard throwing him jabs the body, coming in behind the jab, hook, left hook of the body, right hook of the body. But every now and again, Hallett would block them shots, come back with his own counters, come in with a double jab, straight left hand. You know, it was a good little opening round.
Tyrone Dublin in that Luke Liddiard corner. That's always a really important part of the process. There's Johnny Greaves, by the way. Great, 96 as a fighter. What a journeyman he was.
Journeyman, you know. If you could stop Johnny Greaves, he was something special. He was a tough, tough man.
Seconds out, round 2.
Of course, his brother Frank having success now with David Adelaide, enjoying that journey. And round 2 then between Luke Liddiard with those really flashy trunks up against the journeyman Lee Hallett. The interesting thing about Liddiard as well is he thought when he turned pro the plan was to be a journeyman, try and make himself a little bit of money, and Richard Sawyer, who previously trained him, said you're better than that. I think you could be more than that, and I think you should take it a bit more seriously and try and get yourself a record. So that's why he's here.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand the development a journeyman could give a young prospect. You know, they're there to teach you, they're there to build the foundations which you're going to use later on in life. But they also show, if you can go out and stop a journeyman, if you can go out and inflict a bit of damage on a journeyman, it shows that you go in places, because they're not easy to get hit, they're not easy to get caught. You know, I was one of the biggest punchers around at the time. I went to distance with Paul Bonson twice. I just couldn't get that second shot on him, and that was just experience. Everyone else I seemed to bowl over, but him, I couldn't get that second shot.
I can imagine the closing rounds of your second attempt against him. You might have been just trying a bit too hard.
I was swinging for the fences. I pretty much done most of my career. Shut my eyes and swung. Got lucky most of the time. But as you can see here now, Hallett, he's just moving around. He's giving him angles. He's making Liddiard think. Liddiard needs to just pop that jab out, jab the chest, jab the head. Because every time he's going to the head first, he seems to be going over the top of Hallett. So jab that chest first, find where he is, and then come in with the right hand as well. Once you know the distance, once you've got the gauge of the distance.
Yeah, Liddiard just trying to cut that distance down again. Those jabs to the body are useful shots. Money in the bank in a longer fight, maybe less so in a 4-rounder, but it's a good habit to get into.
Yeah, those jabs to the body. They're not gonna do much damage, but they're gonna keep him there. You're gonna hit the point. Whether sometimes when you're trying to hit the head too much, you're going over the top. You start throwing right hands, you're overreaching. But with that jab to the body or jab to the chest, you're touching something. Once you touch something, you know the distance.
Tell you what, Hallett is having a bit of success with that straight left hand. He's thrown it a couple of times in this second round.
Yeah, it's one of them shots where you can just pop off, keep catching him, and basically just gauge that distance. And once you touch something, you know they're in your range, you know in your vicinity, shall we say. And then you can come in with other shots. Sometimes when you try it too hard, you go throw the jab, you miss the jab, then you throw the right hand, and you just miss the right hand as well. It hits, touch something, then come in.
Short right hook there from Hallett as well, as Liddiard came in a bit clumsily.
Yeah, and that's what he's there for. When Liddiard just comes in, makes a mistake, you get tagged with little shots. You know, I don't think Hallett hits hard enough to do any damage, but you will catch him when he's coming in. And as we've seen with Harley Ben, he did have an effect.
Exactly, he can be dangerous. Let's have a look back at some of the action from that second round. Liddiard warming to the task here, but Hallett having these little moments, Enzo.
Yeah, he is. You know, he's moving around. He picks his opportunities. You know, playing up a little bit of their hands in the air. You know, he's coming in with a couple of jabs, right hands. You know, he's just enjoying himself in there. This is all new to him. There's no nerves for him. Liddiard is going to have a little bit of nerves. He sold a few tickets for people to come to watch him. You know, and he's doing okay. He's not trying too hard. He's getting the target. He's hitting the target. He's not having great effect with the shots, but he's hitting the target and he's getting the work done.
Seconds out, round 3.
So we're over halfway with our opening fight of the night, the first fight of Luke Liddiard's pro career in those very striking yellow and black trunks, up against the journeyman here, Lee Hallett, the southpaw. Interesting scoring situation tonight that I should explain as well, because referee Sean McAvoy is still being developed, still effectively in training, so it means that he referees the fight. Marcus McDonnell is ringside scoring it. It's part of the process, sort of stage 2 actually of the process to becoming a pro referee. I know they're very impressed with Sean McAvoy's work so far, but they still almost have the stabilizers on in terms of another referee being ringside scoring it, and then they match the scorecards afterwards and see how the referee's doing. All very sensible.
If I'm honest, I think it needs to be thrown out, the ref and scoring a fight. You know, you've got one job to contend with. You don't want to have 2 jobs. You know, ideally I'd like to see, like they do in the amateurs, have 3 from the start, 3 judges. You know, it's been a lot of bad scoring in recent months. The boxing, you know, something needs to be done.
See Hallett just enjoying himself there this time. It was the right jab and then the right hand. Yeah, it's a long debate, the one about scoring. It's not one for tonight, because the night will fly by while we're still talking about it, but Enzo makes a valid point, I think, and it's one that a lot of people agree with.
At the moment, Liddiard's just working Hallett. He's not landing a lot of shots. He's not having any getting an effect out for Hallett. Good shot by Hallett, but there he's coming in doing the shots. But Liddiard's just throwing a lot more punches, outworking him. Hallett's doing a lot of walking forward, looking for counters. You know, he's not doing a whole lot. But you know, it's progression. It's all about progression for Liddiard.
So you'd be happy, Enzo, with what you've seen so far from the debutant Liddiard. Neat and tidy, isn't he? Yeah, he's neat and tidy. He's doing the right thing. You know, he's not fully out of danger, because he is getting caught with a few shots. But unfortunately, that's boxing. As you can see there, Hallett, when Liddiard steps in and overreach, Hallett just drops his head, makes Liddiard go over the top. Just like I said, it's all about progression at the moment. It's his first fight. You know, I don't know how many amateur fights he's had, but this is all new to him. You know, there's a crowd, he's on the TV as well, so no, not a bad performance at all. He boxes an amateur. He knew Archie Sharp and the Love Island winner Jack Fincham as well. Since that amateur career, said he drifted away from the gym, got heavier, but recently he's got back into it. Looks in good shape tonight and enjoying himself here at Your Call. Good left hook there from Liddiard. So approaching our final round here, here's some more of that action, Enzo. The right hand there from Hallett, and the chopping right, that wasn't it from him? Yeah, like I said, you know, he knows what he's doing in there. He's totally calm. He knows what his job is in there. He's come to make Liddiard work. And you know, if Liddiard drops his hand, if he's not pulling his hands back and if they're coming back to his chest, you get caught with little counters as well. As we go into the final round, I'm duty bound to ask you, would you have Liddiard winning the opening 3 rounds? Yeah, done enough? Just from doing enough, and you know, pretty much that's it. You know, Hallett's cashing a few little shots. He's walking forward. He's not being very constructive with what he's doing, but he is cashing with little shots. But overall, I think Liddiard's just outworking him. Yeah, it comes into that effective aggression category, doesn't it? And Liddiard's had more of that. He's used that jab pretty well. He's measured the distance with it, hasn't he, and boxed behind it. That's been the starting point, as it should be for everything. Yeah, jab is king. You know, everything comes off the jab. The hooks come off the jab, the right hands come off the jab. You know, it's a good shot to do. And like I said, it's those jabs that's winning him the fight. It's his jabs keeping him ahead. Just little pitter-patter shots. You know, Hallett's just enjoying himself in there tonight. You know, he's done this. This is his 41st time he's doing it. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's calm, he's cool. He knows exactly. So, you know, it was all up for Liddiard to impress tonight, and you know, he hasn't come out there and blown everyone away, but he come out, he's learnt. There's one thing he learnt, not to overreach, because he's journeyman, like I said. They'll do anything to mess you up, mess your rhythm up. Since that win against Harley Ben, 1 draw and 23 losses from 24 fights, Hallett. Little cut on the top of the head there of Liddiard. Hallett trying to back him up here.
Good job. No, you see Hallett there, he's just blocking a lot of them shots. But Liddiard's just outworking him every time he comes in. He throws two. You know, if Hallett throws two, Liddiard will throw three. So he's just outworking him a little bit.
Good head movement there as well from Liddiard. Well, he's going to know he's been in a fight, isn't he, now, with that cut? Giving Hallett a little bit of encouragement for the final 90 seconds or so.
Yeah, he's done well this round, Hallett. You know, he might be having a bet. He's having a little walk by there now. Maybe he thinks he's just done a little bit too much.
It's a funny world, the world of the journeyman, and here's a man in his corner who knows it better than anybody in Johnny Greaves. But I know fighters like yourself who went on to great things have nothing but huge respect for the character, but also the skill level to be a journeyman.
These journeymen, they go in with absolute killers, and you know they know how to defend themselves, they know how to ride shots, they know how to not get hurt. And that's what I'm saying. If you can go out and blow a journeyman away, like I used to when I was younger, and other top fighters, you know you're going places.
Well, Luke Liddiard's not going to blow Lee Hallett away here, but it's been used that phrase already, but a neat and tidy debut from him. Left hand there again from Hallett. These little pockets of success that he's having.
Yeah, he is, and that's all he's doing. He's just waiting for Liddiard to overreach, let him to fall, and wait for him to pull his hand back to his chest rather than his chin. He just catch him in little counters coming in. No, for all we know, Hallett's boxing next week as well. That's what they do.
Absolutely, and he finishes strong. That's also in the journeyman's pocketbook, isn't it?
10-second clap, and he went for it.
So there you go. Shouldn't be too hard a job, you would think, for Marcus McDonald. He may have given Hallett the share of one of the rounds for those little pockets of success that he had. And we'll soon find out. Just to be clear as well, Sean McAvoy, the referee, is scoring it as well, but it's McDonald's card that will be the official one, and then they'll use it to compare and contrast and discuss why he scored things the way that he did. It's a good idea, it's part of the process, and here's some of that action right at the end of the fight.
That's when he heard the clapper.
Yeah, that was the reaction to the 10-second warning. There's that cut on the top of Luke Liddiard's head. Big smile from Tyrone Dublin just to make sure that everything's okay. I think we're ready with the verdict. We'll just let the fighters move towards the centre of the ring here. But Luke Liddiard will be fairly happy with his night's work. There's always things you can improve, but things you can improve after 50 fights, let alone after your debut. But they are ready there in the centre of the ring with our referee, Sean McAvoy. And we can make things official. Let's get to our MC, Husragin.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the referee scorecard. The ringside referee scores the bout 39-37. And your winner, Luke Liddiard.
So that was our first fight, a cracking first fight as well. 4 rounds and a win for Luke Liddiard.
So I'll talk it how I saw it.
Yeah.
What you saw, what the public saw, was an old pro at work.
Right.
As you saw him moving around, he had no fear of Liddiard. Liddiard is a pro on his pro debut. He might have a lot to prove, but he doesn't have the knowledge and experience of the journeyman. And we have to really respect these journeymen in the game.
Yeah.
He was making him miss. He was making him miss at choice. Then when he wanted to open up, he opened up and hit him at will, and then he eased off. And he has that journeyman mentality where he doesn't want to be working hard. He doesn't want to be throwing punches and doing a lot of hard work. So he's used to fighting at that level. Liddiard, on the other hand, wants to get his first win in, so he's putting the work in, and that's how we got the rounds.
Exactly. I think Nando is now with the winner, so we can throw over to him. He's with the winner.
Luke, professional career underway, 1-0. How do you feel?
Yeah, fine. It's just getting used to the atmosphere and environment of being a debut. Yeah, I took this fight a week ago because of a pull-out, so I just did the best I could at the end of the day with the sort of resources I had. So, yeah, it is what it is. On to the next one. Confidence builds from each bout, so hopefully that's where my thoughts lie at tonight, and, yeah, hopefully a better performance next time.
We spoke prior to this fight. You told me you were having your birthday cake and you got the call for this fight. What was the reason you took the fight in such short notice, considering it's your debut?
I've held my medical license for 2 years. COVID was no one's fault. It happens. But it was coming to expire in June, and I was sort of at a place in my life where I'm 32, and I was like, do I want to renew it all? So I had to take the opportunity where I did, and just thanks to Alfie Warren for giving me the opportunity in such short notice. Of all the sort of like stable of boxers out there, he chose me, and I'm indebted to him for that. So, yeah.
Despite being a journeyman, a very tough journeyman, has been stopped in 26 fights. One win as well, he beat Harley Ben. How frustrating was it that he didn't want to come forward and engage with you?
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and, throw my ego about and say that, I was a better man at the end of the day. He's got the ring craft at the end of the day. He's got 41 bouts under his belt. This is all new to me, and it was coming at a point where I was sort of going to sack it all off. So, yeah, credit to him. He's got great ring craft, and, yeah, we get there from bouts and, confidence building through that. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Luke Liddiard, congratulations.